77-64, Jody. Let me hit this button over here. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. It doesn't matter what day it is.
LSU didn't have the right buttons. I don't have the right buttons, but there we go. It should be there.
77-61 final score. Big 12 SEC challenge.
77-64.
77-64. Big 12 challenge. The Big 12 gets the win, and here we are again with LSU. What else can we say? Just Texas Tech's not the greatest team. LSU's defense, not the greatest defense, to say the least.
Another long day at the gym. They covered the point spread for whatever that's worth, but LSU just continues to not find the answers, not do anything right. And, again, Texas Tech is not a tournament team, but yet they found a way to get it done past LSU.
I don't know.
As many expected.
I feel like we're the kiss of death.
I know. We start this spring postgame.
And it's just been, again, so many drives to the basket, unimpeded, no help defense whatsoever. And Texas Tech kind of toyed with LSU. They kind of put the brakes on late. And LSU got back within striking, well, not even striking distance. They got it to 9 at one point in the first half, but was never, ever in doubt after the halftime score. And Texas Tech just took care of business.
Well, and, as we sit here for yet another post-game show, we're doing this stuff in the spring now. Been around football season for 10 years, and we've added this on. We're going to get to some baseball and gymnastics and football stuff today,
Please.
Too. But, Jordy, I don't know if there's anything you or I can say that, A, we haven't said already, or B, anyone else has said or written or blogged or tweeted or Facebook.
Yeah,
I said it this way on the radio today. It's ugly, and it's a mess. It's an ugly mess.
I don't know what the turning point to this season was, but we saw.
Forest.
Well, we saw early. You get out the gate pretty well. You play a good Wichita State team over there in the Bahamas, and you get beat soundly. You go to Wake Forest, and they put 110 on you, and then something clicked at that point in time, and we said, you got a chance to get out the gate early in the SEC race. You've got winnable games. And they get right out the gate. They lose to Vanderbilt at home, and then they lose another one. And I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, they went on a road and beat Missouri, but Missouri's yet to win a league game.
Right.
Missouri's got a lock on 14th place in the league. LSU's got a lock on 13th place.
Is Craig Victor that big of a difference maker? Maybe a couple of wins here and there. Maybe he's that defender. But if you really watch this LSU team. And I know they look at tape and they study things, but they just don't have the mindset of saying to themselves, I am going to defend and defend well. Yeah, they held a team into the 70s, which is a far cry from 92, 99. I understood. Texas Tech is not a fire-breathing dragon when it comes to offense. But so many times players turn their head to the ball. They're not in the proper position. Guys dribble into the lane unimpeded, no help, and they're getting layup after layup. And again, Texas Tech, a team not known for shooting the ball well from the perimeter. In the first half, they're shooting 60-something% from downtown. So again, you penetrate. Defense collapses sometimes. They kick it out wide open. So maybe now LSU's defense says, well, if I collapse and they're wide open, they're going to knock down threes, so I'm not going to help anymore. So it's a catch-22 for them.
Well, let me ask you this. In basketball terms, like LSU opened in a 2-3 zone today, and Tech was raining the three-pointers. So I know it's harder to get in a guy's face when you're in a zone than it would be in a man-to-man. I understand that.
Well,
but, so Texas Tech is blistering the threes, yet it took 5 or 6 trips to get out of that zone.
A zone is basically
you got your man in your area.
Principles
man in your
area, right? In your area, and you have to. That's why they have scouting reports. You know who can and who can't. So you got to hedge and cheat toward those people that can shoot the basketball. And if somebody gets on a rhythm roll early, you get on him and make somebody else have to shoot it.
Yeah, that
just is common sense.
We didn't see the adjustment. Johnny called a quick timeout. It was like 11-2 or something or 9, whatever it was. He called a quick timeout. I'm like, okay, he's going to make the adjustment. He's going to switch it here. They went back on the court and did the exact same thing. And this would bother me too. In that timeout, the camera had a shot of him for a portion of the timeout. He wasn't chewing nobody's butt. he was just like being encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they go down 11-2. You're giving up wide open threes. They're burying him. You give Tech credit for making them, and he's not jumping nobody's butt.
Okay, well, I understand that aspect. We don't know what's going on in practice and how much he is, quote, jumping their butt during practice. When the game comes, you want guys to feel positive about themselves. I understand there's a time and a place for everything.
Okay.
I really do. I do.
Stand corrected on that.
Maybe he's doing all that chewing out during practices, and he's trying to build them back. I don't know. But regardless, they're just not, and they're not going to be fundamentally sound defensively. They just aren't. You just watch 2 trips down the floor, and their transition from offense to defense is like watching a sundial. It's awful. Slow.
It is, and it's unfortunate, and I know it pains you. You and I were watching the game together a little earlier, and you're pointing out thing after thing after thing after thing, and we're watching the TV broadcast.
Right.
So I'm thinking, why it wasn't somebody
But it's just fundamentals.
in the tape room the other day showing the players another tape and pointing out all the things you're pointing out? There's no greater teacher than video. You know, when you show
tape does
a
not
kid,
lie.
it doesn't lie. And if you show a kid, hey, look what you did here, look what you should have done here, that's better than saying it 5,000 times.
They don't attack off of screens. They are more of their man conscious than man ball conscious. So in other words, if your man does not have the ball, they're just on him tight instead of being off the ball in the help position. They trail cutters through the lane, so it's an easy entry pass into the low post, and then there is absolutely no help on dribble penetration. None whatsoever.
You know what I did see? Bridgewater took a charge on the baseline.
I saw Bobby Knight sitting up in the stands.
Yeah, but I saw Bridgewater take a charge on the baseline, and then he was out the game. Leave him in there. He's willing to jump in front of somebody.
Maybe he was hurt. Who knows?
How about Coach Bob Knight, huh?
Boy, he's aged.
He has aged a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. There's no question. Now, Chris Beard, the first-year coach at Texas Tech, was an assistant to Knight for many years down there in Lubbock. So I'm thinking Knight showed up to support one of his former assistants.
I'll sum it up this way.
Okay.
If you watch the LSU Texas Tech game, watch Kansas Kentucky later on this evening, and you will see the difference in how basketball is supposed to be played.
Yeah, what you saw today was bitty basketball, 12 years old in Jefferson Parish somewhere, and what you'd see with Kentucky.
Nord, huh? You're talking Nord.
Nord uptown, downtown,
okay.
the St. Bernard net poppers, they know what I'm talking about. And then you watch Kansas, Kentucky, that was really our name. Yeah, it was true. We really had that on the warm-up jackets. Net poppers. How about that?
I hope you saved that.
We cut a few nets pieces. That's what it was. But anyway, when you watch Kansas and Kentucky, you're going to see how college basketball was meant to be when Naismith hung that peach basket on the wall.
I don't know what happens now. Who's next? South Carolina Wednesday night?
South Carolina, 2 games at home next week. South Carolina Wednesday night, Texas A&M, who lost to West Virginia earlier today. Yep. They were down 20, actually got within 2 in the last minute, but couldn't finish it off. West Virginia beat them. And,
South Carolina's going to defend you.
They come to town next Saturday.
South Carolina's going to defend you.
Well, South Carolina is
struggle to
clock LSU Wednesday night. A&M, who beat them by 30 in College Station a couple weeks ago, I would suspect beats them really bad next Saturday. And we'll be here next Saturday night at 10 p.m. How about that?
Not me.
Huh?
Not me.
Not you?
I've got some college basketball games to do that.
That's right. Huh? I'm going to get Buddy Sanji in here. We'll invite the Bud Man.
Y'all have fun.
All right. Well, look, as we roll on here, we're going to visit with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. We'll do that shortly. We're going to talk a little baseball. Coach Paul Maneri, Media Day on Friday. First practice was after that. It was a little chilly, but he said, hey, that's fine. It might be chilly on the season opener against Air Force. Softball getting ready to get cranked up. Gymnastics with another win. This again on the road in Lexington, Kentucky. They'll be home next Friday against Missouri. And then, of course, football recruiting. Mike Scarborough gave me an update on the radio Friday afternoon. And it's a big weekend. It's the final weekend. Everybody's making a push.
Yeah. You know what I didn't realize? I thought LSU Air Force was the first game of the season at the box, but it's not. Air Force and Army at noon.
Yeah.
That'll be the free baseball.
Season. Yeah, first pitch of the entire college
That might be fun to go see.
You ought to broadcast live from out there.
Ought to be fun to go see.
So we're going to have some fun today. Hey, we invite your phone calls, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. If you call, we're going live with an answer, okay?
So please be nice.
So be kind with that. We got the text message line. It's already jumping a little bit. We're going to get to all of that. We remind you, this is a simulcast, Pelican Sports TV and WUBR CBS Sports
We are the
Radio.
KOD. We are the KOD, the kiss of death.
Don't forget, TV will repeat tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. on the Pelican. You can watch this junk again. How about that, huh? And then we'll put it on YouTube tomorrow as well.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com, get his thoughts on the basketball game that was just played and some other things happening here in the springtime at LSU. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Chrysan. We'll continue with more of the Pelican Sports Postgame Show, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com, Cox Cable, AT&T, Uverse.
Everywhere.
Stay with us.
Everywhere.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
If you've been injured in an accident and you won your case, we can get you your cash fast.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
If you're a victim of an accident, bad drug case, or any other legal settlement, Penn Funding can get you paid in one lump sum.
Instead of my small monthly payments, Penn Funding got me my money when I needed it the most.
Turn your small monthly settlement payments into one large cash payoff right now. If your case is settled, you qualify. And no one can get your money faster than Penn Funding. There's no risk, obligation, or out-of-pocket cost when you make this life-changing call.
I called, answered the questions, and received my cash payoff quickly.
Need cash for your children? To fix your car, pay the bills. If your case is settled and you're a victim of an accident, bad drug case, or any other legal settlement, it's your money. Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-825-1325, 800-825-1325.
We continue with Pelican Sports Postgame Show. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan with you. We're now joined by Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Good afternoon, Brian. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Well, ever since we started this show, Brian, it's been the kiss of death, I keep saying. I mean, the Tigers just keep getting worse and worse and worse. Have you ever seen a team more fundamentally lacking in defensive principles than this?
People wanted to know, why doesn't LSU, they had some success playing the zone, why don't they play zone? Well, you saw in the first three possessions today why they didn't. Texas Tech had two wide open threes and knocked them both down.
Yeah.
You know, if teams, LSU doesn't get out on shooters, and, you know, LSU popped up that zone in a couple of games where people weren't ready for it. If you're going to be ready for the zone, LSU doesn't play it very effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you look at the first half, they got out of the zone and went man, and guys are just, were wide open on the three-point line. They made, Texas Tech made 10 threes in the first half and averaging 7 threes a game. Now, they didn't do as well in the second half, but, the game was over at halftime.
Yep.
In the second half, the teams came out and basically played pretty even. But, look, LSU, it is what it is. This is not a good team. I mean, people criticize the way they play and, criticize Johnny Jones, but, one thing you can really criticize him for is the roster he's put together.
Correct.
This is not a good roster.
Yep.
This is not good players on this basketball team.
I second that to the nth degree.
I think there's a list of reasons why this is not a good basketball team, and he's the head coach, so it's going to end up on his desk, just like if they were undefeated now, number one in the country, that would end up on his desk. But there's not going to be any change. I don't know that they can wave some wand and have any success going forward. They may not win another game. Maybe they play lights out one night, somebody else is off, and they pick up a win or two. But that's going to be it.
Brian, you know who looks like the genius of all geniuses?
Who's that?
David Patrick.
Well, look, Jordy, it was pretty obvious
Yeah.
this was going to be a tough season. And then when Craig Victor gets thrown off the team, it really had no chance to, to have a good season.
I
don't think, this team may have had a chance to be a 500 team with Craig Victor. Once Victor got dismissed from the team, it had no chance.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you to measure the loss of Victor now that we've got a snapshot full of games. And like you said, Brian, maybe they're a little better. I don't know that they even have that many more W's or have any more W's, but maybe there's not some 30-point blowouts. I don't know.
Right. He could probably, maybe a couple of wins at this point that they could have gotten.
Maybe at Auburn when they only lost by, 4?
Yeah, and there'll be some home games down the stretch where, if they would have Victor, they would be better off. But, it's you. And I said this. I've been saying this at the end of last season. When you looked ahead to 2017, you figured, and this is before you know who you signed. You don't know what Dwop Reed's going to be. You don't know what Skylar Mays is going to be. You would have said, okay, we got 3 players. We have Antonio Blakeney, Brandon Sampson, and Craig Victor. Well, Victor's thrown off the team, and Sampson has been a big disappointment. What he's played today, he played 18 minutes today and made 1 shot.
Yeah.
And so that means that if you were told that of those 3 guys, the only one that would be performing, up to standards was Antonio Blakeney, you'd say, "Whoa, this is not going to be good," and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
Enough on the basketball. Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. Brian Palmineri, very optimistic yesterday on Friday when he met with the media. I know you follow the baseball as close as anyone does, as do I. Just kind of something, it would take you 4 days to recap everything he said, but summarize the confidence that you saw in Coach Maneri as he enters his 11th season at the helm of the Tigers.
Well, when you look at the experience this team has, every returning starter except for Jake Fraley is back. Your top 2 starting pitchers are back, and these 2 guys have been at the head of the rotation for the last 2 years. And then your closer's back. So you have very few holes to fill. And now, you hope that the players who are returning are better.
Right.
Because, look, LSU didn't make the College World Series last year, losing at home to the eventual national champions, Coastal Carolina. But, the guys that played last year, they have to play better. In some cases, some guys don't play as well. So, you know what they can do. Look at somebody like Alex Lang, who was better as a freshman than he was as a sophomore. They need him to return to the form he had as a freshman for LSU this year to lead the rotation. You can't afford, Greg Dykman, who's going to be in the middle of the lineup. You need for him to be a big run producer for LSU this year. You need Cole Freeman and Kramer Robertson to be good average hitters once again. So you need all these guys to do the same thing. But, you have guys who have done it before, and that's what makes you feel confident about the season.
All right, Brian, baseball not that far away, a little less than 3 weeks as we speak.
I'm excited to see that, and we talked about this before, more so than ever before, because of the status of Lang and Poche. They're both going to be gone. They've got to find a third and fourth starter. And don't you think Paul does more of letting a couple of players develop and go through some rough patches, whereas in the past, I mean, it was like domino. He's changing people back and forth, but he's got to find two people this year, right?
Yeah, he said that yesterday. He doesn't want to go into 2018 with no experienced starting pitchers. So as he pointed out, he has done that before. But he's just going to have to see. He's talked about two freshmen, Eric Walker and Zach Hess, as being ahead of everybody else right now. Will be in the rotation to begin the season as the number 3 and 4 starters. So we'll just have to see how they develop.
Yeah, they're loaded.
Brian, before you get out of here, tell everybody what's happening at TigerBait.com. A very busy time.
www.tigerbait.com. We're getting this period now where all 3 sports are rolling: basketball, baseball, and football. Signing day on Wednesday, and then spring football gets started on March the 11th.
Do you give Scarborough a week off after Wednesday?
Not really, because I think they usually have some type of a junior recruiting day coming up pretty quickly.
Unbelievable.
You guys are busy. Brian, as always, we appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Later.
All right, that's Brian Lazar.
Again,
TigerBait.com.
what else can you say? It's so
look, and I tell you
repetitive.
what, I know the next couple of weeks you're going to be busy and be out of town, and good for you. You won't have to be at this desk. And I don't know what, maybe we just, the basketball team lost 77-64. Let's move on.
Well, hopefully
maybe
it's me. Maybe I'll leave. And
Well, they have
beat
not
A&M.
won a basketball game since we started this show.
No, they haven't been close.
Auburn.
Whatever.
Hey, 4 points. Moral victory for them. I don't believe in those things. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to tell you about Tremonti's Meat and Seafood.
That's a good
crawfish are rolling and they're boiling, and they got a special. We're going to tell you all about that when we return after this pause right here on the Pelican Sports Postgame Show on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations.
Lies up to the skies, I see desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one. Taste the feeling.
No,
Do what he said?
mic's on.
We continue with the Pelican Sports Postgame show here on Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, the internet at pelicansportstv.com, streaming on WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Jordy, we got to tell the folks about Mike Tremonti and the good folks at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Take it away.
Now, I know this show gets replayed throughout the course,
Right.
but as we are doing this live right here, right now, still got about an hour and a half to go get you some hot boiled crawfish, compliments of Tremonti's. Now, if you want to get a sack and do it yourself, it's a beautiful day for it, that's fine. Anybody that buys a sack, we're going to give you a free crab, crawfish, shrimp boil container. It's going to take care of all your seasonings. It's going to be simple and easy, and that's anytime you buy a free a live sack of crawfish. Now, they've got so many other things there. The best meat market you'll ever find. Their Chairman's Reserve beef is second to none. They have daily lunch specials. They have wines, elixirs, beers, spirits. They've got everything you need. Go to Tremontis.com. That is Tremontis.com. And see for yourself everything they've got. They've got the pre-made meals. All you do is stick them in the oven, the lasagna, the crawfish fettuccine, the spinach madeleine, the carrot souffle, the stuffed bell peppers. You name it, they've got it.
Got all the wines and the spirits,
Yes.
and got everything at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Check them out. Many of you have been there. If you hadn't been there yet, you make the stop. I promise
He's
you'll
a believer.
stop again.
He's a believer.
Sprinkle spice. Spice. I can always screw it. Sprinkle spice.
Say that fast.
I'm putting it on everything.
There you
so
go. It's
I'm
good.
telling you, it's good stuff.
Hot boiled crawfish each and every afternoon, about 4 o'clock. Call them 751-7665. 751-7665. Get in the queue. Tell them how many you want, so you won't arrive and they'll all be gone. So place your order.
Gymnastics. D.D. Bros team went on the road last night. Since we started this show, they haven't lost. Huh? Look at it that way. Now 4-0 overall, 3-0 in league play.
They've beaten the number 2 ranked team in the country, the number 4 ranked team in the country, the number 6 ranked team in the country, and the number 8 ranked team in the country to go undefeated so far. I don't know what else you got to do. I guess you just have to wait to play Oklahoma because that's who's number 1.
The Lady Tiger gymnastic team will be home next Friday night against Missouri. Missouri will be coming to town.
Has Missouri been a good acquisition to the SEC? Now, they started off in football. They won back-to-back Eastern Division titles.
You know, when they first joined the league, I said this is not going to be good. They're going to be the doormat of the league. And then, of course, football proved me to be completely wrong with back-to-back trips to Atlanta. Awful. But now that football has went south up there, they are now where I thought they'd be without the 2 football trips. They're the doormat of the league in just about all the sports. My good friend Tim Jamison was relieved of his duties as baseball coach after last year. He's from there, although he played at UNO, and just couldn't get it going.
Basketball's terrible.
And in the SEC, they're a mile away from the top of the SEC in baseball. Basketball, which has such a rich tradition in Missouri. I mean, that was an amazing basketball program for decades. It's not there. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't say I know a lot about their women's sports, but their football is now at the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. Track and field, they don't even dent. You know, I don't even know if they got a track team. But
plus, they stuck them in the East, where they should have been in the West, and they should have put Auburn in the East and all that. But of course, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree totally that he shouldn't be in the East. I mean, poor kids studying geography. Huh?
Oh, my God.
So I think if the SEC goes to 16 teams at some point, and I know I'm walking out on a thin limb there, but who knows what happened 4, 5, 6 years down the road. If they do that, depending on who they add, they may readjust the East and the West to get it more geographically together.
But here's the problem: those football coaches don't want to have to play another league game.
But they'll have to live with it.
Oh, I know. They don't want to, though.
No, but they're going to have to live with it at some point. Now, again, we may, 4 years from now, you may not have a single change. It may be 14 teams, and that's that. But I think you could see it 4 or 5 years down the road.
I really thought the Big 12 was going to expand. I really thought Houston was going in. I don't know what happened at the nth hour. I don't know.
I really thought they would go to 12 teams.
I did too.
And then what they did do, though, is they got the special permission to play a conference championship game in football, which they felt that 1 year that kept them out of the playoff. Whether it was one of the reasons, maybe, but it wasn't the reason, okay? To go back to your question, though, Missouri is definitely... They are not they're in the league, but they ain't there yet.
I've just never understood. How can you call it the Big 12 with only 10 teams?
Well, the Big 10's got 12 teams.
I don't get it. Switch names. Switch names.
It's terrible.
Just doesn't make sense.
And now it would take all of about a half hour to switch names and logos with the modern technology that we have.
Why can't we be the New Orleans Jazz again? Come on, Utah. Come on.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Come on.
And we've talked about this before, but the best fit nickname
of all time
and team colors with the Mardi Gras purple, green, and gold in the history of sports.
No question.
And for it to be in Utah, they don't even know what a jazz or the flute and clarinet is. But anyway, that should be really changed, and we've said that.
Look, Charlotte got the Hornets back.
See, Tom Benson could change his legacy if he would.
That would be great.
Force that back in there in the New Orleans Jazz.
You got billions. Pay $1 million to get your name rights back.
Yeah. No,
what difference does that make?
And I tell you what, it would spark an interest.
Absolutely.
It would sell tickets.
Absolutely.
And there would be a groundswell of people saying, that's our team. That's New Orleans' team.
Then we just need to bring Wayne back from the pearly gates and have him. We'll see y'all. They're dancing on the tabletops at Pat O'Brien's.
We used to get
what he used to say.
We used to get the $1.50 tickets at Shoetown.
Yeah.
And
sit up in the nosebleeds, and then come on down.
We were courtside.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about that. We sneaked down. We're like literally you could do it much easier then than you can now. We're like 2 rows behind press row, right between the benches. I mean, we're like a couple of juniors, seniors in high school. You remember a sportscaster in New Orleans, Rod Luck?
Yes.
Okay, Rod's covering a game for WDSU. I forget who he was with. He's got no shoes and socks on. He's got a suit, the whole bit on. And so we're thinking, we can see, because we can see under the, I was thinking, well, surely his shoes and socks, he just felt a little uncomfortable. He's got them under the thing. And halftime he got up, went somewhere, came back, barefoot as could be. Rod Luck
How did Shoetown ever go bye-bye? I mean, that was great.
I got my first pair of Chuck Taylor Converse.
That's all they had. That's all they had.
And my mother was like,
let me tell you.
Wait. You're going to like this. At the time, let's say tennis shoes were $5, okay, for the whatever everyday pair of tennis shoes. And those were like $12. Mm-hmm. And I remember my mother saying, no way can we pay $12 to get you a pair of tennis shoes when them ones on the other aisle are $5.
Showing your age.
But you know what? She got me the $12 ones.
I mean, I miss Shoetown. I miss K&B. Used to have great ice cream. Mackenzie's Bakery.
White Castle Burgers.
Don't start me on that now.
You like White Castle?
They call them Royal Castle in New Orleans.
Royal Castle,
White Castle up north.
Royal Castle. Give me a dozen.
Oh, yeah. That'll be $2.
To be like eating donuts.
That's great.
Oh, gee. All right.
Can you tell basketball's really bad? We're talking about
Shoetown.
We got an hour to fill, folks. What do you want us to do?
We're talking about Shoetown and Royal Castle.
People in Lafayette are going, what the heck are they talking about?
K&B, Katz and Bestoff. They had their own ice cream. That's what we ate, K&B ice cream.
Yeah.
We couldn't get the expensive stuff.
Now, we'd go to Borden's on Airline Highway every Friday evening. Mom and Dad would take the kids, and we'd get a scoop of ice cream. After we went to Carrollton Avenue, close to Jesuit High, they had the guy with the hot tamale stand. And on Fridays, we get hot tamales, and then we go to Borden's on Airline, and then go home. That was a treat.
Let me tell you, a treat for us who lived in Chalmette and went to Holy Cross.
Ooh, you had to cross the bridge.
Well, yeah. Well, no. We came right past the National Guard barracks.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rising's French bread factory was right there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And you had to literally pass it. And I can tell you, it would be 10 degrees outside, and everybody that passed that factory early in the morning would roll their windows down. You could smell that fresh French bread being made.
Exactly
it was amazing how that just went through like a 4-block area.
Yep.
You know, you could smell that fresh French bread every morning.
Absolutely.
I remember that.
Good
I remember
stuff.
like rolling the window that's raining, and you're letting the rain come in, but you got to smell the bread.
I'm ready to hit Domalices right now.
Yeah, we need to get a po' boy.
Oh, man, a little root beer.
Do you
ready
remember
to go.
Herstell's bar?
Yes.
Would not let women in.
Yes.
Only men, the women had to sit outside. No.
That didn't last long.
No,
well, I know.
It lasted a pretty good while.
It ain't lasted anymore.
No, but men only at Herstell's bar, right by old Francis T. Nichols High School.
That's correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like.
It's time to take a break.
We don't.
No, that's it.
Can we talk about Pontchartrain Beach?
We've lost everybody.
Can we talk about Pontchartrain Beach?
I got a great story on that
Pay
one.
one price, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop.
Unless you sneak in like we did as kids.
Yeah, down around the side.
No. We swam.
No, okay. See,
we had a
didn't wanna
swimsuit
get
on.
wet.
We put our clothes in a garbage bag, tied it up, wrapped it around our waist, and we swam and walked into.
We used to park way to the east of the beach as you looked at it, towards the Slidell side of the beach. There was a couple of places you could park, and you had to walk through just a little bit of woods, and you were in there like fun.
We'll have fun every day of the week. Okay, that's enough. Take a break.
Now, if you
LSU
start thinking
basketball
about
loses
Seafood
again.
City,
You'll never be a loser.
What?
If you visit Al Scramuza.
1825 Tulane, huh?
That's it, baby. How about that from the past?
Oh, man. It's amazing what you have to talk about when the basketball team's so bad.
Morgus the Magnificent.
One of my favorite shows. I wish I could watch it tonight.
I was a guest star in Johnny's Follies, too, one time.
Were you?
Yes.
What did I go on? There was another show.
Boy, they are remote clicking there. Click, click.
I was on some show with the kids with
click.
Somebody, I don't know.
Time for a break,
the Clown,
please.
Something. But I know, I wish Morgus the Magnificent still
was the greatest.
Somebody ought to re-air all that stuff.
The greatest.
It is some of the most entertaining slapstick
Al
comedy
Scramuza.
stuff on earth.
Al Scramuza, just great stuff.
Oh, okay. Break
We'll be
time,
back with this
we'll
LSU
come back,
postgame show.
and we'll think about something else to talk about or some other story to tell you right here on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio. Stay with us.
Our careers are history.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including OptiMap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
Since 1986, the family dental practice of Dr. Farrell Frugier, with state-of-the-art building and technology, and our highly trained staff have been dedicated to providing care and treatment to our patients of all ages. The experience and advanced training in cosmetic and restorative dentistry, TMJ, and treatment of snoring and sleep apnea allows Dr. Frugier to assist you in achieving the best in dental health. Call us today at 225-292-9700 to schedule your initial evaluation because we know how to make you smile.
We continue with the Pelican Sports Postgame show, radio and TV for you. Next week, we're here at 10 p.m. after LSU and Texas A&M. Wednesday, February 1, National Signing Day, and it's the 22nd annual Tiger Gridiron Club Recruiting Bash at the Bella Baton Rouge Atrium, Casino Atrium and Hotel downtown. 22 years they've been doing this thing. Rabid Tiger football fans. Remember, fan is short for fanatic. Buddy Sanji and I are scheduled to be down there broadcasting. We hope you'll stop by the radio area and say hello. It's great to see the folks when we're out there. And Ed Orgeron making a hard push to close out the 2017 class. Coach Orgeron scheduled to greet the crowd at approximately 5:30. The Tiger Band, the Golden Girls, the cheerleaders, the whole bit.
Fans need to buy some tickets and go to that thing.
Get some tickets. The tickets will be available on that door. You can call Tom Bro on the number on your screen and get a VIP table or get some tickets and go have fun. A lot of former Tiger players will be in the building. A lot of celebrities like Buddy Sanji will be there. So get on out there and enjoy. Doors don't open at 8:30. Jordy doesn't have to go do his
I got to be out of town anyway, so that's all right. It's all right. Can't be there.
And so they're going to make they got the Phillips kid flip from Oklahoma, the linebacker. Everyone says that's great.
We have put in the request to Michael Bonnet to get Ed Orgeron on Tigers Roar live at 8 p.m. that night. Michael Bonnet, get back in touch with us so we can we'll know, because I know you're going to get them for us, Michael. I know that.
Oh, there's no doubt.
But look,
Coach O at the Pelican.
Earlier in the week, LSU got one, lost one. They got the big flip from Jacob Phillips, the linebacker commit from Oklahoma. He flipped and is coming to LSU. As of right now, you never know. You never, ever know.
Till Wednesday.
That's right. Travis Etienne, the running back from Jennings, opted to go after a late visit by Dabo Sweeney to go to Clemson, and he said he's going where?
To play in the real Death Valley.
Don't come back to Jennings.
I would say all of this to that young man. I hope you like living in South Carolina.
I don't blame him. I mean, no. I mean, they can go wherever they want, but you don't need to say that.
Well, you don't need that's a cheap shot, and you have to be more mature. You have to be better than that. But look, many a guy has come to Baton Rouge to play sports at LSU and never left the area.
Yep.
And many a guy, Tommy Wilcox, good friend of mine from Bonneville High, went to Bama. He's still over in Bama. I mean, that happens a lot. Some people do return home, but a lot of people end up hanging in that greater Baton Rouge area or South Louisiana after coming to LSU to play sports. Guys, girls, it doesn't matter. Most of them end up sticking around.
21 commitments now. I mean, they could get up to 27. They could get as low as 22, 23. There's a lot of suspense in the air. We don't know exactly what's going to happen there, but it's not like they're after chopped liver. They're after guys that Alabama wants, Ohio State wants, Texas wants, Florida wants. So they're in the hunt for some good ones. I just got this as we speak, the 2018, because recruiting never ends. So pardon the glasses, but recruiting never ends. Today, Berwick wide receiver Keenan Jones made an unofficial visit to LSU, and he committed to Ed Orgeron before leaving campus. Jones already ranked as a top prospect, a top 10 prospect in Louisiana's 2018 class, ranked as the number 37 wide receiver prospect in the country. He becomes the fifth player committed to LSU's 2018 class, joining 3 defensive backs and a middle linebacker. So beat never stops.
No,
never ends.
It never does, and it's constantly going. It's like when we asked Brian earlier, does Mike Scarborough take some time off? No, they're rolling right into the next class. Just like, hey, look, these coaches already have the 2018 grease board on the wall somewhere in the meeting room. Yeah. They even got a 2019 wall. Now, there won't be as much ink on that one, but they got one there because that's what you have to do. You have to stay ahead of this stuff and stay on this stuff. I'm really curious to see how hard Ed Orgeron's going to close, so to speak. He's rounding, coming down the home stretch now with this final weekend and less than a week till signing day. He's confident. He's told people, we're going to be there. We're going to be up near the top.
Well, look, he's recruiting players that he's waiting outside. Urban Meyer's inside talking. Nick Saban's coming in next, and then it's Ed Orgeron.
That's where you need to be.
That's where you need to be. But
if you're going to want to get to Atlanta for the SEC title and get in the playoff, that's where you need to be.
Urban Meyer and Nick Saban won championships for a reason. They're good at this.
Yeah,
they get really good
excellent
players
at this.
So let's see how Ed closes. But again, I think if you had to ask, out of all those that are not committed, that LSU really wants and needs, I think Marvin Wilson is one. I think Calevon Chason is 1A, who Ed Orgeron was and Dave Aranda were at his door at 5 a.m. Friday morning. 5 a.m. to get one last little visit in with him before Calevon left for his recruiting visit to Florida. 5 a.m. And he said, I'm not here getting up at 4 o'clock, driving to your house to meet you at 5 o'clock so you can sit on the bench for a year. I'm here because I need you to come in and I need you to come play right away, right here, right now. That starting position is yours. Come on. We'll see.
Wow. Hey, don't think that the recruiting doesn't get a little vicious. The closer you get to the day,
but
they start slinging mud.
Everybody's saying that, except for Saban. Saban's going, we'll get you to the NFL. You'll win a championship. That's what he's saying.
Well, yeah.
And
Ed Orgeron's saying, we're bringing you in to help us win a championship.
But he's saying, we need you to come and play right here, right now. And Nick's saying, we got 4 other players just like you that are experienced. So wait your time, but you'll have your time, and then you'll get where you want to get.
It's kind of like the story Ronnie Rance told when Skip Bertman was recruiting him. He said, "Look, we're going to go to Omaha, so you need to decide whether you want to go with us. You can decide whether you're going to go with us or not.
That's right.
Well, we're going to go, so make your choice, you know." So, and of course, Skip was correct because they were going to Omaha like every year back then. The difference,
though, when Nick Saban got to Alabama, he was saying the same things that Ed Orgeron is saying now. But he's got skins on the wall, so he doesn't have to say that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Ed's trying to build those skins.
Yep. We'll see how that goes going forward.
Was there a basketball game today?
Oh, lots of basketball games today. But,
Kansas,
and you know
Kentucky,
what? I got proof that Coach Mike Krzyzewski watches this show. Because a couple of weeks ago when you and I were trying to figure out what can Johnny Jones do to change the mindset, you said, well, he needs to take the LSU off their chest and take something away from them, make them earn it back from his hospital bed, which is at his home now after some back surgery.
Caught this on satellite.
He took the gear, says his players can't wear any. They lost to North Carolina State for the first time.
No locker room privileges.
Can't go to the locker room, can't wear anything that says Duke until they earn it back. I'll bet they respond. So Mike Krzyzewski watches Pelican Sports Postgame show on the internet.
I'm just saying.
That's what he does. Well, too late now, but it would be nice to see some kind of flurry at the end, huh?
It would be great. And
gymnastics won, baseball's around the corner, softball's around the corner.
Recruiting takes center stage. Baseball had their media day on Friday. That's going to wane a little bit. Now it's going to be the big build-up to signing day, and then a couple of days after that, everybody's going to be raving about where, LSU's projected to finish anywhere. They're 6th right now in the national rankings. I don't think they're going to go any lower than 7. They could go as high as 3. They're not going to catch Bama. They're not going to catch Ohio State. But 3, considering a coaching change, losing your offensive coordinator, all that stuff, that would be remarkable. Remarkable.
That would be good stuff. And spring football practice will begin Saturday, March 11th.
What's he going to do for the spring game, April 22nd?
They haven't announced yet.
What do you think?
It's going to be Saturday, April 22nd, and they're going to announce the details. They're going to have...
He's all about competition.
There's going to be a band out there. They're going to have all kinds of stuff on campus, and I don't know if baseball's home that day or not. But, no, he's going to put a twist on it to try to get some people in the stadium.
He's all about competition. He's told Tommy Moffitt, I want guys lifting, competing together, running together, sprinting together. Who's going to win? So I think he's going to do a deal where they actually keep score and play for keeps.
Well, and
that would be great.
Yeah, and they'll announce all that. But that day is Saturday, April 22nd. More details to come, as they say. We will take our final break of the program. We will come back and put a wrap on it. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, the Pelican Sports Postgame Show on WUBR CBS Sports Radio, and, of course, here on TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Perkins Road Veterinary Hospital is a full-service veterinary hospital committed to your pet's health. We offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic medical services, laser surgery, dog and cat diets, and treats, along with stress-free boarding. Dr. Ritchie sees patients for routine checkups to keep your loved ones happy, also advanced medical and surgical cases. We have separate condos for cat boarding and large climate-controlled canine boarding. Our boarding dogs get to have fun in a very large play yard several times a day. Laser therapy is a service that we offer to heal wounds and help our patients that suffer from chronic pain. Laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct treatment for neurologic and arthritic pain with no side effects. Your pets are family members and deserve the best and highest quality of care. Dr. Ritchie and his staff greatly respect the human-animal bond and are committed to exceeding your expectations.
Plus Benefits has an important message for all uninsured Americans. It's official. Health reform has now become law. Now, uninsured Americans can finally get the health coverage they need with significant prescription benefits. Have you been uninsured, denied coverage, or struggling to pay your health insurance? Well, not anymore. Now there's affordable options with real benefits for people just like you. We know health insurance cost and being denied coverage due to pre-existing conditions has created serious hardships for many Americans. But that's a thing of the past. If you're uninsured, struggling to afford, or have been denied health insurance, pick up the phone and call now. The call is free, and every caller will receive a free discount prescription savings card. Call Plus Benefits Health Insurance Helpline today and get the health insurance and prescription coverage you need. One call can change your life for the better.
Please call 800-351-1511. That is 800-351-1511.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Here at RejuvaMe Medical, we strive to accomplish a more youthful you. We specialize in the most advanced techniques of testosterone replacement therapy in men, bioidentical hormone replacement in women, IV therapy, and nutritional support, along with the state-of-the-art cosmetics procedures. Experience a network of trainers and health coaches offering diet and nutritional plans tailored to you. Call us today to schedule your free consultation to discuss your individual needs and goals. Look like you live younger.
We continue with the Pelican Sports Postgame. Broadcast and mid-morning Sunday. We'll have it on YouTube. Catch a lot of the programming, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcast. And lots of folks watch Tigers Roar there at their convenience. We got sports shorts there. We got the postgame, other good stuff we do at the Pelican. Check us out on youtube.com/Pelican Broadcast. Well, Jordy, as we wrap it up again, LSU got beat. That shouldn't surprise anyone. The other team didn't score 90 plus. Maybe that surprises some. I don't know what we can say. Other than that, it's an ugly mess.
You can't draw any positives anymore out of this.
There's no silver lining.
There's no silver lining right now. So what does Johnny Jones do? Well, you got to get back to the drawing board. You got to look at the tape. You got to drill it again and again and again. You got to find players that are going to listen and adhere to it if they so desire. And that's where we are right now.
And I will say this: a lot of people are rough on Johnny Jones, and some of that's very accurate. But there also comes a time when this falls on the players. I know he gave them a uniform, but these guys, he gave them a uniform for a reason. He thought they could play at this level. So they got to sometimes look in the mirror, be accountable, and try to make it better. And that doesn't mean beating Kentucky. That means playing hard defense, play hard. Yeah. You know, that kid from Texas Tech today trying to block that shot, crashing into the standard of the goal and hitting a camera guy. I've never seen an LSU, not this year I hadn't seen an LSU guy do that.
I don't see anybody during a break in the action huddling up together, talking. I don't see players on the bench getting up. I don't see coaches getting up and offering encouragement and let's go. I just don't see that drive and that desire in anybody right now. And I understand it's a team that once they get behind early looks like they're beaten, acts like they're beaten, and in reality they are beaten.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens going forward and see if they can increase.
And I hate talking about it.
Output.
I hate it.
But again, signing day is Wednesday. Tigers roar next Wednesday night.
Come on, Coach O.
We're going to have a lot of signing day stuff for you. Baseball's getting ready to start up. Softball's around the corner. Of course, gymnastics now 4-0 overall, 3-0 in league play. So D.D. Bro's team doing outstanding. So there you have it. Don't forget all the local radio guys. Jordy Hultberg and Buddy Sanji, myself, and Carlos Brown and Dave Scantoliato. We got Houston Astros baseball coming this spring. Select games.
Okay.
We won't have them all. We'll have certain games on the air for you.
Don't you want to go to Minute Maid Park to see LSU and TCU play?
I wish I could get over there. I mean, you know me.
You got equipment.
Like to watch baseball.
You got equipment. You can go do a remote from there. Do it live.
I'm looking at the stopwatch. I think we missed our cue.
Did we? No, we still got time.
We got time.
Anyway, look. Again, 2 home games in basketball. I hope people show up. I hope people.
2 games next week at home.
At home. Show up. Let's
but Wednesday night
see what happens.
Tough on a school night for families.
It is tough.
You know?
Oh, it's very,
but
very,
TV
very tough.
says that. South Carolina Wednesday, Texas A&M with, New Orleans' own Billy Kennedy, head coach of the Aggies. Don Maestri, longtime Holy Cross coach, on the staff with Billy Kennedy.
His brains out.
So you got a little. It should be a good contingent from New Orleans coming up for that game. Yeah, you did. You hit the shot at the buzzer in the Covenant tournament. I watched it go in.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, I don't know what else we can say. It is what it is. Tigers flying back as we speak.
Have a nice weekend.
Have a great weekend. Beautiful weather. Go enjoy it.
You should be rejoicing because you have other assignments the next 2 Saturdays.
I do.
You got other assignments, and I'll be in here with somebody.
That's your
call. I'll tell you what. If LSU
and Orgeron, come on.
LSU wins Wednesday and Saturday.
I'm out.
It's you. You're not coming back.
I'm not coming back. I'll gladly stay away. I want to see them win.
Thank you for watching. Appreciate you telling it, supporting our radio and TV station. Find us on Facebook. Facebook page is Pelican Broadcasting. YouTube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Christ, and a lot of people putting this show together. Tip of the hat to Jonathan for a lot of hard work on this week's show.
Way to go, baby. Way to go, Jonathan.
All right,
have a great weekend. Talk to you next week.
Oh.